Hello and welcome to this live with me. I am so looking forward to spend this time with all of those of you who are joining me live and all those of you who are watching the replay. Please let me know that you're watching the replay. And this is a special edition, the solstice edition of my series of lives. So I want to talk about something that's been really significant in my life, a really big dramatic shift that took place in my life over the last few years. I want to speak about how such a delicate, such a powerful, such a challenging at times area of our life, such as expansion into our prosperity, into claiming the wealth identity, how can this be a part of our spiritual path? So we are diving into this conversation. Welcome everyone, and also happy solstice. This cosmic events such as solstice and equinox, they have such an important significance on us because we are not separated from all of life. We're not separated from everything that's happening in the cosmos, and now we are celebrating this longest day of the year and entering into this full warmth of the summer in the northern hemisphere. So there's also this invitation to plug into this cosmic time window that's happening right now. So I am super happy to be in this exact moment with you here, and everything else that unfolds from here. It's just a really beautiful moment to plug into the abundance, plug into the warmth, plug into this shining, prosperous destiny that is there prepared for each of us. So, okay, shortest day in Bali. Hello, Ulrike, really nice to see you here. Yes, for sure, in the southern hemisphere, it's all the other way around and also not any less special. Okay, so how are you today? What does it bring up for you, this whole conversation about surrendering to prosperity? That's how I title this live. And the theme is around surrendering into one's supreme destiny, into one's Dharma. And I will speak about that. And then seeing how through your surrender, it may well be that mastering the realm of prosperity is part of your divine assignment. So how does that feel like when I'm naming that? How does it feel for those of you here with me live and those of you watching the replay? How does it feel? Like, what comes up for you? Like, are there like tingles in your heart? Is there like buzzing in your system? Does it feel scary immediately? Does it feel like it means a lot of work? Does it feel like it means a lot of effort? How does it feel for you? Tell me. Feels beautiful. For some of you, you're like, yeah, like I've been waiting for it. Yeah, that's my path. I'm walking it. I know I'm here for it. For others, it will be difficult. Butterflies are there. Today I'm experiencing anger. I'm not able to feel the sun. Well, through your anger, you also can be invited into what's underneath the anger, what's deeper than the anger. Feels exciting and a little scary. Okay, so whatever is there, be with it and let yourself be cooked by it during our conversation, during this time. Be an active participant here, not just like listen in the back of your life, but be here. Since you've chosen to be here, bring yourself fully here and notice how these sensations transform or get amplified or change as we speak. Okay, so you may have heard me talk, if you've been in my field for a while, you may have heard me talk about Dharma, and you may know what a profoundly significant theme it is for each and every one of us. Yeah? And I will remind you, or if you're new here, I will invite you into this understanding, into this expanded understanding of our life. And for me, the concept of Dharma really, like, it really helps understand, like, this really big context of our lives. And Dharma basically means your unique expression, the unique expression of your spirit in this manifest reality. This unique thread of you, your unique song, this unique, so intimate flavor of life that you came here to live. And through our life, we may have different experiences with our Dharma. We may be in different relationships with it. Sometimes we may be really surrendered into it. And I love to see Dharma as this river that inevitably takes us home, that inevitably takes us to the ocean of totality of existence, to the ocean of the divine, to the ocean of God. So that's what happens when you surrender into this river and you allow the resistance that's on the way, because it's inevitable. Yeah, we have resistance to that. We have resistance to our supreme path. We have resistance to our supreme destiny. You know, it may sound weird to the mind, but if you've looked into it a little bit deeper, you will know that it's incredible that we resist our highest potential so much. And so when we resist, we will be taken. I was invited to see some terms, but anyway, I'm here. So when we resist, we are we are taken out of the river. But other times we really lean into this river. We really allow ourselves be carried, be taken by this flow. And it doesn't mean that it's all fairies and butterflies. Yeah? There will be challenges, there will be things to navigate, there will be things to grow through, and it's inevitable and it's normal and it's fine. Yeah, and yet this surrender into the river feels like there is a sense of a stretch. It's not going to be supremely comfortable. Yeah, that's an important thing to remember, because we sometimes, for the sake of being comfortable, at times we compromise that which is truly destined for us. At times we exchange this numbing comfort of day-to-day reality. We go into that instead of following up on our divine assignments. Because this is what your Dharma is. It's your divine assignment. This is why your soul has decided to incarnate here on this planet, to take this shape. Yeah, this is what is your Dharma, and this is the most fulfilling way to live your life. This is where you feel like, well, you really don't have to do anything. You may come to a place in your life where you really don't have to do anything. You may be at a place in your life where you really, like, you're good, like you have, you know, all the basic needs are covered. You live in a good place, you have a good family, you're like good. Yeah? And then sometimes people may ask, okay, I'm pretty good, so then now what? And this is where a lot of people just become really constricted by this, I'm good, I'm okay, so that's it. But those of us who still have this memory of this state of expansion, this state of stretching into truth, those of us who have this memory, who have the sensitivity to remember this, to taste this, to touch this, we won't be satisfied by the normal. We won't be satisfied with I am good enough, I have enough, I've accomplished enough. We will always yearn to stretch into our next level and into our next level, into our next level. And this is the characteristic of being surrendered into the river of your Dharma. You're always invited to your edge. You're always invited to stretch, to lean in. And through the stretching, you find expansion. And then through that expansion, you find more expansion. And then you find more stretching and more expansion. And really, it never ends. Because no matter which level you're at, which level of your development of your consciousness, which level of your financial success, which level of success in your business, which level of love in your relationships, no matter in which area of your life we're looking at, there is always an invitation into stretch, an invitation into your next level. So, a very significant thing about your Dharma, your supreme destiny, your divine assignment, is that it is yours and it will never look like anybody else's. And this is where I see a lot of people make big mistake and a big detour, where there's a lot of copying, a lot of you look at someone, you're really inspired by them, and then you don't realize that this osmosis kind of happens, and you just start to speak like this person, you start to express like this person, you start to post, create videos, content like this person. And you may not even realize until someone points to you. Yeah? Or other times you will realize, if you're really honest with yourself, like, is it really mine? Is it really coming from the depth of the expression of my soul? Or is it because I'm looking up at this person and they seem to be doing so well, so I will just try on what they're doing and I'll just see how it fits for me? Yeah, so this is a place where we keep ourselves really small, where we keep ourselves constricted, where we keep ourselves in trying to replicate someone instead of giving the space to your soul, to your unique message, because every single one of you who is here right now, you have something significant to experience, you have something significant to say, you have your own way of seeing things, of understanding reality, and this is just so important to give space to that, because this is how you give space to your soul, because this is how you keep your soul alive. And then in this unique experience, what I've come to realize is that no matter what kind of group or social kind of group I've ever belonged to in my life, and that has been groups of students in the most prestigious university in Russia, this has been a group of lawyers in Russia and internationally, this has been a group of yogis and spiritual students, meditators, women who are fascinated by the divine feminine, like, you know, there has been all those different groups that I could have identified with. And the hardest piece was when I had to disidentify with that, what it meant for me to be a good spiritual person. Because when my life changed completely, and then I went very deep into spirituality, very deep inwards. I was traveling the world, and then I realized actually the travel had to happen inwards. And then I started traveling within, and I started discovering such depth within me, such wealth within me, such freedom within me. And I became a very devoted yogi and very committed spiritual practitioner, and spent my life, years and years in being removed from the world and going very deep into my spiritual sadhana. And in that kind of spiritual identity, in that sense of like what it means to be a good spiritual person, somehow, somewhere there is a twist that took place. And in this twist, we tend to believe that wealth and prosperity are not compatible with this good spiritual life, with this kind-hearted, deep-hearted, soft-hearted, loving spiritual being. So that was the place where that I had to crack, because for a long time, even when I had my business, I was like I had a business, but money and wealth were like so not on the upfront of my awareness. I was like, yeah, well, I'm running those events, I have those things, and I want to create impact, I want to contribute to the well-being of humankind. And then the wealth piece, I was like, I don't really care how much money it makes. Like, as long as I live my life up to my standards, that's good enough. And then came a time when I had to realize that that piece was a tremendous disservice. That kind of belief, that kind of thinking was a tremendous disservice to my divine assignment. And it was tricky to hold that. And as soon as I became aware that actually mastering the realm of prosperity is a part of my assignment, and not so much even for me, not only for me, although I benefit from that, but at the same time, the assignment is so much bigger than me, and that's always a quality of Dharma, that your Dharma is not only about you, that your Dharma is about everyone. Your Dharma is about those who are close to you. It's about those who you're meant to touch. And so me reclaiming that as part of my divine assignment, it's also something that I am modeling now. It's also something that I am living now. And I basically am a proof that it is possible to be a very kind and a very spiritual and a considerate person who holds in your heart, in my heart, the highest good of all living beings, and at the same time enjoy luxury and be in luxurious environments and have a lot of wealth and speak about wealth and generate wealth and invite others into creating that wealth for themselves and for the entire spiritual community, for the entire conscious community, for the entire land that we dwell in. So, see, it's like it takes each of us reclaiming that which we came here to serve, and then that ripples, and then that creates freedom, and then that creates transformation, and then that amplifies love, ultimately. Because this is, for me, this is very clear, that my Dharma is service to love. And you may have your own words to name that, and it will be your own, and you will know it from the depth of your heart, what is your true place. And then how come someone can be so in love with love and so devoted to serving love, and then at the same time speak about prosperity and create a prosperous life and combine those two realms? How come? That's how come. Because that is part of my divine assignment. That is part of my Dharma. And who am I to resist that? That's the piece that really can change things inside of your mind as well. Because when you are resisting going somewhere because it feels uncomfortable, because you're like, what will other people say? But I learned it differently. But I grew up thinking that people who have a lot of wealth are just careless and they don't care about others and they just don't care how to spend their money and they don't care about the environment and the planet and the animals and all of that. Yeah, if you dare to question all those beliefs that were imprinted inside of you, yeah, and then even going further, oh my God, I am going to talk about it. Can you imagine how many people will be not happy seeing me talk about this? Can you imagine this and that kind of person will see me talk about this? Yeah, and this feeling of like, what will they say? What will they think? How will people think about me? This is where so many of us keep ourselves so small and caged and actually blocking our evolution and blocking the ones we really came here to be and blocking the light of our highest selves here on this planet. So this casualness, this addiction to the comfort, this fear of being stretched, this fear that, wow, what's next? Yeah, this is an unknown land, this is an unknown territory. Who will I be once I step there? What if I don't get approval? Because I know that when I am in this place, I get a certain amount of approval and I'm happy with it. But if I were to step out of this place, and if I were not to get approval anymore, what if I were to get criticized? What if someone will tell me I am not doing the right thing, I'm not saying the right thing? What if you spend your whole life and never touch the light of your highest self? This is the danger. This is the most dangerous thing here. So, spirituality very well exists with everything. Because in the spirituality that is the spirituality of a modern mystic, that is a spirituality of someone who has chosen to put our hands in the mud and be here, the fact that you are here with me now, listening to me, watching me, that means that you've decided to be here in this active way of being with life, in this ongoing transformation of your humanity, in this ongoing growth, in this ongoing evolution. You've chosen to be here amongst us, amongst humans. Then that means that you've chosen the path that has to shine the light of the spirit onto everything. And then we remove sex out of it, we remove relationships out of it, we remove money out of it, we remove well-being out of it, we remove body and well-being of the body out of it. And then what are we left with? With the mind. And the ongoing roller coasters of the mind, the dramas of the mind, the overthinking, the overdoing, the overachieving, the over not knowing what is the truth. It takes this return to the body, return to the heart, return to the heart that embraces it all. And if we really embrace it all, we may as well embrace and sex and relationships and the body and well-being and money and prosperity. So in this worldly spirituality, which is the tantric spirituality really, we embrace it all. And if we leave this one area of life kind of in the dark corner of our existence, this kind of like stays there murky, like that's the part that I just don't want to touch, and kind of I'm not sure what's happening in my finances, or I'm stuck at the same financial level month after month, which means you are somehow not owning it. You are not growing if you're on the same level, or if you just like it's completely unpredictable how much money you're making and what's going on. It means you've put this area of your life in a murky, dark corner, and you just wait until it ends, and you don't have to deal with it. Well, that's not how it works. If you've chosen to be here, if you've chosen to connect with your highest self and embody your highest self in this lifetime, which is, by the way, a really radical choice, and I celebrate you for that. If you've chosen to embody your highest potential in this lifetime, that's what it means. Then it means you have to come into your heart. And this heart is here to embrace it all and not put anything into murky, dark corners. For some people, it's not their main line. The understanding of prosperity, embodiment of your wealth identity, it may be not your main line. It may be it's something that is somehow not that important. It just kind of happens. For others, it is a really important line. And I do believe that for many, many, many of the modern people, it is. And yet there is not enough acknowledgement and appreciation of the depth of that, of the significance of that. So it takes widening of the heart. It takes widening of the consciousness to be able to receive that and to hold that and to access all the patterns. And this is something we do in Embodied Wealth program, where we look at all the patterns, all the blockages that are there on the way that are limiting us in taking a breath and seeing that, yes, you can play in the realm of wealth. Yeah. And then there is another aspect to that. And the aspect of really opening to an exponential prosperity, to an extraordinary, to receive something that is beyond normal, to receive something that is beyond what you're used to, which is beyond that tight way of living life and this comfortable casualness. There is a way to open into receiving something that changes you from inside out. And this is the scariest thing, to really receive something that is beyond your wildest dream, to really receive something that expands you from inside out. We create so many blocks and so many protection mechanisms from that. We think we are scared of our ugliness and of our smallness, but in fact we are scared of our magnificence. So I want to invite you onto a journey where we are working on that. And it's not just a journey, it's not just a program, although it's an online program, it's taking place online, but it's a portal that I'm opening for us. And it's a portal that I have been in, and it's incredible what's happening in this portal. And it's a portal for really understanding and embodying the energy of someone who can receive and hold extraordinary wealth, extraordinary prosperity. It is an energetic principle. It is an energetic game. And many of us have never been trained in ourselves, in our consciousness, in our energy, in our bodies. We haven't been trained how to be magnetic to that, how to be able to open so much to receive that, and then to hold that also. And it takes a certain type of consciousness. It takes a certain type of energy. And I want to invite you into that, because I truly believe that it's important for us right now. It's important for modern day humans. It's important for modern day mystics to become fluent in the field of prosperity and never be limited. And never let your bank account decide for you, and never be limited by how much things cost. So I am opening a program on Friday, this Friday. We are opening Prosperity Portal, and I'll talk a little bit about it right now. Prosperity Portal is a portal, and I'm really it's a portal. It's gonna be so big. I haven't been able to put it into words until now, although there are already quite a lot of people who've joined it, but I haven't really explained what it is about. So now I'll make an attempt to do that. And I hope you can feel me beyond my words. And I hope you can feel me when I say that it's a portal, because a portal means that you enter a space that is beyond your intellectual understanding. When you enter into a portal, it means you enter into a field where time changes, your perception of time changes, your experience of time changes, and things that you felt like they should take a long time, and you should, sort out your limitations, and you should sort out your patterns and so on. In the portal, the perception of time changes, and things that would take a long time, they may change very quick, because they don't change necessarily through your work on the three-dimensional plane of existence, but they change on a higher dimensional level. So we have 5 modules. I added the 5th module. First there were supposed to be 4. I added the 5th one because it's just so good what's coming through. In the first module, we are going to look, and that may change, but I'm giving you the outline. The first module, we are looking at what it means to hold a big space, a big energy, a big context. Because if we are talking about being able to make multiple 5 figures a month, 6 figures, even 7 figures, to come to that level of being, it's not about exactly what you do. It's not so much about your strategy, but it's about your context. It's about the bigness of your vision. It's a completely different mentality. It's a completely different level of consciousness. The consciousness that says, okay, I've made a post, who liked it? Okay, I need many likes now on my post. Okay, I made an offering, who bought it? Okay, I need many people to buy my offering now because this is what I put out there. Okay, buy now, it's here, come here, buy now, pay now. Like, this is a completely different, it's like a different universe. If you wanna make big impact, hold big wealth, open to enormous prosperity, and again, it's never only about you, at least in how I see life, that whatever you do is never only about you, and actually it's not even so much about you. On this level where I'm inviting you, it's about this bigger context that includes the entire humanity and the evolution of humankind and the supreme destiny that is available to us as humanity. So we are doing it on behalf and for the benefit of all. You are doing this work for your children because they will have then some completely other places to explore and grow and stretch into. You are doing it for the children of your children, for the children of their children, and so on and so forth. And even if you don't have any children, everyone is your child. We are doing it together for all of us. So that's the first module. In the second module, we are looking into the yin, the power of the yin, the most underestimated and misunderstood power on this planet, because we imagine that yin is like passivity. It's like, okay, I just, do my visualizations and then I just stay passive and then I just imagine that everything is happening for me. No, misunderstanding. Yin is the power that requires doing, but it's a different type of doing. It's a doing without doing. This is where we remove ourselves from this very narrow paradigm that says do, become, achieve, overcome, help, heal, transform, move. Yeah, do, create more. How many posts did you make? How many calls did you, how many outreach, how many clients did you talk to? How many discovery sessions have you made? Have you done? Like, we get out of this paradigm and we go into really profound fine-tuning of your energetic system in the doing without doing. So there's a whole art to it, and I'm really excited to bring that into our field. I'm really excited to give that. I'm really excited to give that. So then, another module, perhaps module 3. Who knows what's going to happen in this non-linear portal, because the thing is that the portal will take us. It's not that I am even guiding the portal, but the portal takes us and leads us and moves us. And I am moved on behalf of the portal for all of us. So that's what's happening there. Okay, so then in the module 3, supposedly, we are going wider. We are going wider and finding a way to be so wide so that you really find you. Because you are so big you have no idea. You are such a multidimensional, fascinating being. And there's so much light to you. You have no idea. And I am so excited to hold space for that magic to be revealed. Then it's really exciting. Then we have module 4, and I'm actually going to teach you how to sell. It could be a whole program of its own, and eventually I will make a program on sacred sales, but here we have a module. So it's a really potent moment of time to plug in here, where all of that is offered to you as one. It's like, if you've ever been in my containers, like, I give, and I give a lot, and I don't limit myself in how much I give, and I don't hold back. And so here we will have a whole module on sacred sales, so you actually understand the energetics of selling from the soul, of selling from your heart, of selling as a service to humankind, of selling as a sacred act of love. How cool is that? And then in module 5, the new one that I just added, I feel that we will talk about the overflow. and how to create overflow in your life and how to let that overflow extend to your clients and everyone that you're meant to touch, and how that is what makes you completely irresistible and impossible to miss in the crowd. So, voila! On Friday we begin. Prosperity Portal begins on Friday. You're welcome to join. The link is in my bio. And we will have an extraordinary journey. It's for you if you know you're here, that you're here to master the realm of prosperity. It's for you if you know that you are not here to be limited by this little identity of a good little spiritual person and a good kind-hearted person, but someone who really is here to make a difference on this planet in these times when money, wealth, prosperity doesn't leave anyone indifferent. And if you know that it's part of your calling and it's part of something that you're here to master, I really recommend you to come join Prosperity Portal, because it's beyond just intellectual understanding. It's a really, really deep work on a very fine, deep, energetic level. And yes, there will be also intellectual understanding and the transmission that you will receive. But more than that, we go in and we go deep. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share today. When you join, please message me and let's celebrate together. And or you're welcome to make a story and tag me and celebrate with me, and I'll be so happy to know that we have a really extraordinary people coming together. That's what I feel, because it's for special people. And when special people come together and meet in the temple, extraordinary magic takes place. Thank you for being here with me. Happy solstice, and I'll see you on the internet. Ciao, ciao. There was one more thing. Oh my god, there's one more thing that I forgot to say. Okay, one more thing. Reverse! One more thing is that if you have been loving everything I've been putting out there, then you can join Sundari Summer if you've missed that. I have a whole opportunity to join me for 5 months, and you get access to all my programs and Prosperity Portal included, and everything else we are doing included. Right now we are almost finishing Come My Love, which is exquisite and extraordinary, which is a program on attracting true love into your life. And there's a whole, a lot of many beautiful other things that are there included live and also recorded. So you can also join the Sundari Summer and have everything for 5 months whenever you join. Okay, so that's it. I hope to see you somewhere inside of these containers, or if not, then on the internet. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.